Hey guys, welcome to Mystifying Miracles. Today I have a short one for you. It's about three brothers who set out on a trail and a storm came and lightning struck. So I'm going to get into what happened, so stay tuned. It was June 28th, 2018, when three brothers, Dylan, Garrett, and Austin Murtha, set out on the Pacific Crest Trail in Washington. And they wanted to complete the whole 2,650-mile south route from the Canadian border all the way to Mexico. That was their goal. But the trip, it was interrupted pretty quick in the beginning from a storm that kind of just swept in very fast. News reports stated that these brothers were on the Washington state leg of the trail, and that was near Skycomish. And it was then at that point in the trip when these storm clouds began to roll in. Now the boys scrambled quick, like as fast as they could, because they wanted to get down from this granite mountaintop to safety before the clouds got, the storms and everything. But, it just wasn't fast enough. Those storm clouds were faster. Well, a lightning strike ended up hitting a tree near the boys, and it sent all three brothers flying. Austin was the closest to this tree when it was struck, and so he had the most damage. He was sent flying 15 feet away, and when he landed, he was unconscious. Now, he remained unconscious for 7 full minutes. But thank the Lord, his oldest brother knew CPR and began administering it immediately. The whole storm itself, with all the lightning, it was only 15 to 20 minutes long, and then it was gone. But that short amount of time, a lot of damage had been done. Now, Austin, he was revived by the CPR. So the boys kind of collected themselves, rested for a minute, made sure that each one was okay to carry on. And then they got their things together and they hiked 60 miles to Skycomish. They wanted to get Austin to a doctor to make sure all was well. So they get there. They end up seeing a doctor, a cardiologist, who does an EKG on Austin. All turned out normal and was well. And the doctor even told the boys and Austin, he said, "Look, you're lucky you are alive right now." Now, you would think any old person, I know myself, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to go home now. Not these boys. That did not deter them. They wanted to get right back up on the trail and finish with what was their goal. So they get back on the trail, and Austin ended up picking up this nickname from passerby hikers that I guess heard the news and heard what happened, just talking with the boys. So he picked up the nickname Tone. And that reason being is for 3 days after this lightning strike, he could not hear. He had like the worst ringing in his ears. So they kind of joked around with him. But thankfully, his full hearing did return. Now, it was around Labor Day of 2018 when the boys passed through on the trail through Tahoe, which was the city where they were from. From there, I could not find any news stories or sources saying how the last part of the trip went. So I don't know, did they finish the whole thing or not? I couldn't find that. But I did find reports saying that the boys had initially expected to complete the whole trip by the end of October of that year, 2018. Also, the boys had brought camera equipment with them on this whole trip because they wanted to document it. And the reason being, they wanted to do like a virtual reality type thing for their father, just clips of the trail here and there, because their father, Garrett Murtha, had a company called Explore It. So they were going to, help him out and give him some footage for his website. That's all, the last thing I could find about this story. I'm assuming that Austin's still alive and well. I did get a quote that I found in one of the news stories that Austin said, and it's short. He says, "I got struck by lightning. I'm alive. That's a good thing, right?" End quote. A man, a few words, but definitely a miracle. I mean, again, could you imagine if his brothers weren't there or they didn't know how to do CPR? things might have turned out very different. So definitely a miracle. Let me know what you guys think of this story. I hope you enjoyed it. If nothing else, I hope it put a smile on your face. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I am going to see you for the next one.